So today we are doing the 5x7 Jolly Roger in the hoop zip bag. And there's nothing tricky about this bag. It is straight like all the other bags I've ever done. The difference is that now that I've got the zip bag inserts designed, tested, and ready to go, on our final steps, we'll be adding these in, an interior zipper pocket and an interior credit card slip pocket. So I wanted to do at least one zip bag in one of my standard patterns and shapes and sizes to show you how you add these in. So we're gonna, and the other great thing is, because it's me and I have a small vinyl hoarding problem, and there's four sizes in this pattern pack. I went and pulled 4 different kinds of vinyl to do this. So one of them we're gonna do in kind of this really super shiny patent leather looking vinyl. And then I've got this embossed skull and crossbones. So a different size is gonna be this one. And then a different size is gonna be this oil slick looking stuff. Woo! And then another side is this dry look leather. So I needed to do a zip bag to show you how to use these new inserts. And I wanted to play around with some funky vinyl. So you get a tutorial on how to do a zip bag that is my standard design. And what do we need? Well, in your hoop, cutaway, medium weight. Hoop it up. You'll need a zipper. This one is 9 inches because we're doing a 5x7 bag. So we wanted about an inch, inch and a half, 2 inches longer, longer than it is wide. You'll need some 3 inches of cross grain ribbon and a D-ring. Because I'm making this one for me, I want it to be a wrist bag. You'll run die line 1, which is the placement for your cross grain ribbon and your D-ring. You will need some tape. Duh. This one does have attachments at the top if you want to do a double D-ring to make it a crossbody. But again, I'm doing this one as a wristlet. So tear off your little 2 pieces of tape. Blarga. Fold them over. You want about 1/4 of an inch sticking that way, or a 1/2 inch, or 2/3 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch, what have you. I always tape my hardware down so it doesn't flop under my needle. We're gonna throw this bad boy back into the machine and we're gonna run die line number 2. That's gonna tack down our cross grain ribbon. And I'm gonna go ahead and run die line number 3, which is going to give me my die lines for vinyl placement and zipper placement. Back in a minute. Okay guys, so we have run color stop 1, which gave us our die lines for the cross grain ribbon and D-ring. We've run color stop 2, which tacked down our D-ring. And we've run color stop 3, which gives our die line for the placement of yon zipper. So just like every other bag we've ever done, you want to put that zipper nice and even and all the way across between the 2 lines. You want it smack dab in the middle, and when you tape it to secure it, you want to make sure that you do not put your tape in the way of the stitch path. I mean, you can. You're just going to have to sit there and pick it out, which is a pain in the butt. So let's not do that to begin with. And then also, because I don't like floppy bits in my machine, we're going to tape down that zipper head. We're going to throw it in the machine and we are going to run color stop 4, which will tack down our zipper. And we'll be back in a minute to place our top and bottom vinyl. Okay, so we have tacky, zipper. We're going to peel this tape up. And look how good we are. We did not sew our tape into our zipper. Awesome. Okay, now we are going to place our vinyl. You will need a piece of vinyl for the bottom. that is 8 inches wide and 4 3/4 inches tall. And you are going to line it up so that it covers your die line and that it is bucked right up against them little teeth right there. See? Like so. I'm going to tape the left. Going to tape the right so that my vinyl does not move while I do my tack down stitch. Your top piece of vinyl is a tiny little piece. It is only 1 inch high by 8 inches across. And again, super careful, super careful. Tape that stuff down. Da-da-da. Make sure it's nice and even with your teeth on your zipper. Tape it down. Put it back in the machine and run color stop 8 to tack it down. Back in a second. Howdy ho, folks. So we have tacked down our top and bottom vinyl. I'm gonna peel up this tape. Not that it's gonna get caught in the stitch or anything, but I definitely want this vinyl to be able to move and not buckle. And I am not going to be back until after I have run color stops 6 and 7. That's the entire design thing. You don't need to see 6, then 7. We'll come back when we have things to do, okay? 6 and 7 are next. Okay, here we are, guys. We have finished all of the pretty top, our skull and crossbones. So that's going to be stitches 6 and 7. Color stop 8 is where we attach that sort of half back lining that I do to hide the stitches. And the whole point of doing this bag today was to show you how to use our new inserts, okay? Now, this is gonna be a little tricky, okay? You see that I've got my 3 credit card inserts. And when you're doing your zip bags, this pocket can only be the credit cards. You can't use the zipper pocket on the back side because the needle head will catch your needle plate and it'll rip everything apart, and you don't want to do that. This is the only tricky part on this one, okay? It's trying to get this die line that you have stitched onto your credit card insert lined up really well with this die line, okay? I did all of the math and measuring and everything so that when you get it lined up and placed and everything, it does not obscure this zipper. So I am going to use a little basting spray on the bottom only. On the bottom only. Do not put basting spray up here on the zipper, okay? So I'm just gonna lightly tack it, okay? And I am going to align the bottom and the left. Needs to come over. Needs to come over. Okay, there. There's the left. That means that the right should automatically go in. And now the bottom. And again, this is the only slightly tricky part, is getting those die lines fairly well matched up. We don't want this credit card zigzag to get caught in our attachment stitch at the very end. Slide it over just a little bit. And if you're going, oh my God, she's struggling, that means it's gonna be, this is the first time, this is the first tester to actually attach this dooba-hitchy. Also, I used white thread, which was a bad choice on white stabilizer. All right, there we go. Yes, 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 everything's lined up. I'm gonna turn it over and squish it down. And then just because I'm super anal retentive, I am still going to use some tapers. And then we're gonna put it back in the machine and we are gonna run color stop 8, and we will come back and trim it out and then do our little zipper trick. Then we'll put the back, and this one's also going to have the zipper pocket on the inside as well. Okay, back in a second. Okie dokie pokies, here we are. We have done that half lining on the back that I do in my bags. But this time, we use the credit card insert, okay? And we have run Color Stop bag. On this bag, it's Color Stop 8. On all of my zip bags, it should be a pink step to lock the half lining in place. We used Ollie Fun credit card slip. That's a different pattern. Okay, and now we are going to very carefully, we want to trim as close to that line as we possibly can without going over. There we go. So the back is done, and now we pick up with normal bag operations. Remember, this is where we move our zipper to about 2 fingers shy of this zip line, and we tape it down. Okay, and then because zipper transitions want to catch vinyl, we're going to take a little piece of tape, and we're going to tape over that vinyl transition right there, and that vinyl transition right there. We're going to put it back in the machine, and we're going to run Color Stop 9. It's going to do a single stitch here, come down and do a single stitch here, do a single stitch here, and then we'll come back and tuck our zippers. Back in a second. Okay, here we are, guys. We've done that 1 stitch, bean stitch tack down, left, bottom, right. And this is where we do our magic zipper trick to get rid of all of that excess zipper teeth and stuff. And we do a nice pretty tuck and make our bag look all professional. So what you do is on the left side, you pull back your tape, you grab some scissors, and you cut the teeth out of the ribbon. Then you lift up your teeth. Arrgh. Boy. You lift up your teeth. There you go. You lift up your teeth and you snip those teeth off. Then you grab the tails, woohoo, and your handy dandy seam ripper, and you put a small tear right there. And then you stuff, poke those tails all the way through to the back. Come here, there you go. All right. Now we lay back down our tape and we rotate our bag. Woo! We pull back our tape. We take our handy dandy scissors, and I was kind of pressing it with the size of the zipper. This is a little bit smaller of a zipper than I usually use, so I'm having to be super Gucci on my cutting of teeth. And I did it. Whoa! Now we lift up the tails and the vinyl. We put in our little itty bitty tear. Boy, tacking those tails down, those are tiny tails, that's gonna be fun. But I did it to myself. I'm like, yeah, I need a black zipper. That's a tiny black zipper. We can make it work. Then we lay back down our tape and we flip her over. Okay, and we pull our tails, cross our tails. We have polite tails. They cross at the ankles when sitting. Cross our tails. You're gonna take a tiny little piece of tape, tape that one down. Okay, come over here. Cross our tails. Cross your tails, hot cross tails. Okay, now I want baked good for breakfast. All right, tape that down. Woohoo! All right, we are now gonna pop this back into the machine, and we're gonna run, let's see, Color Stop 10, which is going to put a bean stitch here to lock that tail down, bean stitch here to lock those tails down. It will probably also give us a cut line to fold our D-ring assembly back into the bag. Then we'll put the back, and because this is a special one, when we put the back on, we're gonna be adding a zipper pocket to what will eventually be the inside of the bag. Back in a minute. Okay, kids, we are almost done. So that stitch, that was Color Stop 10. That tacked down our zipper line, and it gave us some cut lines. If you did the double D-rings at the top, double Ds at the top, then it gave you cut lines on how to cut along the gross grain ribbon and fold your D-ring back into the center of the bag. And you will want to do that so that when you turn the bag inside, right out, whatever, the D-ring is in on the correct side. We're gonna remove all this little tape. Boy, it would really help if I had fingernails, but I don't. And I will never, unless I pay somebody, have fingernails, because I just can't grow them. And yes, I've tried all the vitamins in the world and all the special nail polishes and blah-de-dee, blah-de-dee, blah. It just doesn't work for me. All right, so I did a side D-ring because this is gonna be for me. It's gonna be a wristlet. So we are gonna take our scissors and we are gonna cut almost, but not quite, up to that line on one side of the gross grain ribbon. And then I'm just gonna cut all the way to there. We're gonna take that D-ring and we're gonna fold it in. And we are gonna tape it out of the way, because you know how anxious I am about metal around my needle. We're gonna come to the back and we're going to cut our jumps. We're gonna peel off our tape and trim our little nubbins of tails. Ditto this side, little nubbins of a tail. Peel off that. Gonna clean this up a little bit. Now, here's the thing you gotta remember, guys, and I have more than once forgotten this part of it. We are going to carefully, with our seam ripper, put a little slash along the open zipper line so that when we go to turn this, we actually have a hole to turn it through. Now, this is where things get different. Ha-ha. Usually I say, take your back, pretty side down, throw it in the machine and you're done. Except that this time, we are also going to add a zipper pocket insert. So you want to put your zipper head to the exact center, the center of your zipper bag insert. And again, remember, metal bad, tape good. We are going to tape that zipper head down. Ha ha ha. Okay, now this is the fun part. We have got to line this up more or less with our bag. Okay, we want to make sure that when it sews everything together, it catches the bag and it's nice and centered. So the way I am going to do this is I am going to line up one end of the back, pretty side down, with one end of my zipper insert. And then I am going to fold-ish up and align to the die line on the bag. And I'm using all black, and you can hate me right now. Okay, sorry guys. I am hoping this shows up. See that zipper line? I'm going to get this fold right on top of that, not zipper line, on that stitch line, okay? Right like that. And now I'm going to check and make sure that everything is squared. I'm gonna come down here, I'm gonna grab the back and the insert, fold them up and check. Oh, look, that lined up perfectly right there. Okay, I'm gonna grab the back and the insert and fold it. And yep, it lined up just about perfect with those D-ring tack downs. Good, 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 good. And one more, if 3 sides are perfect, then the 4th side should be perfect. And it is. Okay, not moving anything. Keep not moving anything. And using your teeth to tear tape. Yeah, okay. Teeth don't work, let's use our knees. Bring your knees in tight. This would help it if I were an octopus. Okay, making sure everything stays all nice and hunky-dory. I'm gonna tape down here first. Whee! That's not going anywhere. All right, there we go, down, down, down. Now I have a hand free, haha. More tape. Are you kidding me? Yes, more tape. All right, and then I'm going to tape along. I pulled off more tape than I needed, but you'll forgive me. We're gonna tape there. Nice, 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 tight, tight, tight. All along there. Now I have both hands, yay. And we are gonna tape along here. And again, I am wasting tape like nobody's business, but it's my tape. I'll waste if I want to. And then just because, let's be super anal retentive and there's all the tape in the world. Actually, no, this is the last tape in the studio. Somebody's got to order my tape, more tape. I'm gonna tape right there. Woo! We are gonna put this Mama Jamma back in the machine and it is going to trace that line right there. That's color stop 11. Color stop 11. Don't do 12. 12's that dead stop so that your needle head doesn't go across all of these zipper thingies. We will be back in a minute to unhoop, cut, and turn, and you will get to see the finished product. Okay, guys, here we are. We are all tacked down. So, step one, remove all our tape. And those are nice pieces of tape that have only been used once. So I'm gonna hang on to those to do something else with them. Because believe it or not, it's Sunday at 9:45 a.m. and I'm still not done in the sew room. I'm gonna take this piece of tape off too because I don't need it. I'm gonna flip this bad boy over and I am going to carefully, do not cut my zipper. Do not cut my zipper. But I'm gonna trim the rest of this stabilizer away because it's easier to do it in the hoop. It gives you nice, good tension to draw. Remember, cut the stabilizer, not your stitches. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to unhoop, and I'm going to trim this bad boy down a little bit because that's too much seam to be turning. I'm going to trim about 1/8 of an inch away from my seam. 1/8 of an inch away from my seam. One eighth of an inch away from my seam. Ooh, that's more than 1/8 of an inch. Let's go back and try that again, shall we? Oh, way more better. And 1/8 of an inch away from my seam. There we go. Okay. We need to round our corners. We need to round our corners. Round our corners. Round our corners. There we go. Woohoo. Now, I'm going to close that. Oh, there's my little zipper pocket. Woohoo. My little zipper pocket. All right, there's my credit card slots. Boom, boom, boom. Those are both going to be on the inside. I'm going to open up my bag a little bit. There we go. I'm going to pull off my tape for my zipper and my tape for my D-ring. And I'm going to stick a hand in here. And I'm going to stuff with my thumb. Stuff with my thumb. Boom. Pokey, pokey, pokey. Pokey, pokey, pokey. Turn. Stuff. Pokey. All right. Now, we're going to poke our corners out. Pokey, pokey, pokey. Pokey, pokey, pokey. Come over here. we can finger poke some more. Haha. And now we need an implement of destruction. Remember, when you're doing the pokey, slow and steady. Don't be all violent with it, because you don't want to jab through, oops, sorry. You don't want to jab through your vinyl, all that work, and then putting a hole in your bag. Oh my God, that would be awful. Okay. Okay. Let's see how we did. There we go. Roll, roll, roll. Ooh, I do like this black patent leather. Yeah, baby. There we go. All right, so there you go. I need to pokey that corner a little bit more. That corner's not pokey enough. There, nice and sharp. There we go. So there's the bag. Woohoo! Pretty standard. We've done this before. Now we're gonna open it up, and what we haven't done before is on the front. Let's see if you can see it. You got some credit card slots, 1, 2, 3. And on the back, you've got that little zipper pocket right there. Woohoo! All right, guys. So this is the Jolly Roger 5x7 horizontal zip bag. It will be available, I don't know when, but it was used as the demo to show you the 2 types of zip bag inserts, credit card and a zipper pocket, which will be available Monday. If, you know, even if I have to spend the rest of today in my sewing room, in my testing room, getting this all done, it will be ready for you. Peace.